I'm back in my garden. It's mid of August. School is in full swing, even though it's online. It's still happening, still busy work, still very stressful. But the garden is growing and blooming, guys. It is doing so well. I'm really surprised because I did not expect a ton, given that I made some big mistakes, like I did not space out anything really properly, and my trellising idea didn't really work, and these nets, they have served their purpose, but they have been ripping and tearing since then. So I just want to go around, see what has changed in a week and a half, and just kind of, share my joy with you. Let's go. So here's my first bed. The cucumber has taken over. I've confirmed that this is only 2 cucumber plants, and it's just a huge mess. I've been trying to cut it back some over here by the tomatoes because they will take over the tomatoes. And this okra, of course, stuck in a random spot. I've harvested 2 pods, and I gotta say, I was kind of skeptic trying them because I heard a lot of mixed reviews, but I do like it. I have not tried it sauteed or fried. I just ate it fresh, and it wasn't bad. It was not bad at all. So it looks like we're gonna have some more. And we have some right now forming. That's exciting. I'm excited to try some more things with it. Hello. Hi, girls. I've been harvesting a lot of cucumbers since I started pruning this plant and kind of gave it the freedom to do whatever it would like to do. And I think it has been working out really well. If you follow my Instagram page at Garden a Little, you have seen my pictures probably every day or more than once every day. I've been posting my harvest videos, my harvest pictures, more of chicken videos. So if you're not yet following me, go ahead and do that. Moving on to these peppers. If you can remember, in the beginning of the season, I kind of made a little experiment. I topped this and this guy and left the other 2 alone. Now it's kind of hard to see which is which, but here's my topped pepper here. I don't see any improvements or any difference from not topped peppers. I have harvested only 2 peppers from 4 plants. So maybe it is not the best variety to grow. Maybe I planted it too soon or too late. Who knows, I have a lot of blooms that are forming. Here's little baby peppers that are forming, but nothing really substantial. And I don't think I'm gonna have enough time for anything big to come of this. So I'm kind of just giving up on this and letting them go. I want to see how far they get, but I'm not expecting a ton. These tomatoes are giants. I've been harvesting a ton from them, and I mean, they've been going through the net here and there and over here. I think I'm gonna go ahead and top these guys now so they have enough time to ripen their fruit and not focus on putting on any new buds. If you are running out of time in your season, one thing that you can do to speed up the ripening of the tomatoes is you can top them, which means basically is you find a tomato and you cut the top off. So all that energy that it's been putting in right now to growing taller, to, producing more blooms, more flowers, it can put that energy into ripening the existing fruit that it already has. These tomatoes have been doing wonderful. And look at this cosmos, guys. It's really a freaking giant. I'm not lying. That is ginormous. Fun fact, these Cosmos seeds came from a packet from Cheerios cereal box, And I found out that they used to sort of put random seeds in Cheerio boxes. And they still do that in Canada, but not here, because a lot of people gave bad reviews saying that this is an invasive species, don't plant it, because a lot of people consider this as a weed. But I think it's beautiful. And bees definitely loved it the whole entire season, and they're still enjoying it, so it's a yes for me. So the only thing that I would do differently next year is definitely space these tomatoes out. I mean, they are real crowded, but they have produced quite a bit. If you can see, there's still a lot of fruit on these guys, like clusters upon clusters, and I am really excited about it. It's just not enough time for all of them to ripen, so I am going to go through and top these guys just like this. A little bit about the eggplants. Again, the season is running out, and I don't know how far my eggplants can get, but look how pretty that is. That is so just gentle pink and purple. What a color palette, really. That's amazing. And I have some more buds and blooms forming. I don't know how far this will get, but I'm so intrigued at this process, so I'm leaving them be. Moving on to the second bed, we have some great overachievers as well here. This bed also had a cucumber plant, but it was only one cucumber plant and literally took over. I mean, look at that. It's reaching over to the second bed. I'm not gonna be surprised if this will be like a little archway, which would be so cute. I would not be opposed, but this guy has been growing like crazy. I'm not even kidding. And I've been harvesting a ton of cucumbers. If you haven't seen my video on harvesting, I will link it up above, so you can go check it out. But in that video, I talk about what I harvest every day just from these two beds and from the chickens. So go check that out. Here's my other okra plant. Looks like we have another okra pod. So this is the flower. It flowered and now it wilted, and here it is. And now here's the pod that's gonna grow. Here's the same pod that's gonna grow and be edible fruit. So I'm excited to try this guy too. And look at my cantaloupe, guys. There's some good fruit here. Here's this one. I don't think it really even changed in size at all, but it's changing in color, so I'm excited to try this. Look at this. There's a pretty good size one. This big one. I'm excited. These are not full-size cantaloupes. They are called personal-size cantaloupes. I don't know the exact name of these, but they are not supposed to grow to the full, grocery size cantaloupes. But look, there's a small, tiny one. I'm kind of nervous about this one because it's hanging, and I don't have real support over here. So I guess we'll see what happens, right? Here's my zucchini plant. I don't know. I mean, I've harvested quite a bit off of it. I've harvested another 2 or 3 zucchinis since we talked last. I cut and trimmed it really well, and it's been keeping off the ground, and I've had some good fruit growing on it, so I'm hopeful that I'm gonna harvest some more zucchinis from it. Here's my sunflower, guys. It turned out to be a multi-head sunflower. It doesn't have the strongest roots. It's kind of wiggly, but it's doing really good. We have some more heads that are opening up. The bees have been really loving it. It's really pretty. Hello. Hi. Always weeds growing everywhere. My herb garden has been doing wonderful. I really love this basil. I've been putting it in my tea, in my water. It's really refreshing, kind of bitter, but I mean, what herb is not bitter, right? So I've been really loving it. And this oregano Wow. I'm definitely gonna try to dry some because I'm not sure if it's gonna overwinter. I'm not very hopeful and I don't want to waste these guys, so I'm gonna try to harvest some and dry these because it would be such a waste to not take advantage of this fresh, so fragrant, potent oregano. Another thing I'm growing in this bed is, of course, tomatoes. If you remember, I'm gonna link a couple of videos above. When I first planted these beds, I really overplanted this bed with tomatoes. So I moved some into this bed, and here's the aftermath. They did okay. You know, they have some clusters. They are kind of everywhere. I'm gonna say that much. I mean, yeah, there's zero support from these because all the support went for the cucumbers and the cantaloupes in this bed. But these tomatoes have not been complaining. You know, they've been producing pretty good clusters. So I'm just letting them be, you know. I have harvested a few of these tomatoes, so not complaining either, you know. Here's another look at that bigger cantaloupe on this side. It's not a bad side. I mean, it's probably the biggest one we have here. I'm really excited. The cucumber, my goodness, it just will not stop producing, and I'm not complaining. It's a great chaotic bed. Although my season started super late, I did not get cucumbers or tomatoes the same time as my neighbors did, so I was kind of upset in the beginning, but now my neighbors have their plants wilting and dying while mine are still thriving, which is not really a good thing either because my season is coming to an end, especially this year. This year's weather has been bonkers. We've been having lows as low as 49 at nighttime, so I don't think these plants are a fan of that kind of low temperature. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and definitely top my tomatoes, trim my cucumbers. If you don't know, you can prune your cucumbers. Again, try to make that plant focus on ripening the fruit that it already has rather than putting on more fruit. However, cucumbers are quite fast growers, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that now or in like a month or so. I'm really glad that I gave this a try, and I'm really hopeful that I can inspire you to also dedicate some time to grow your own food, whether it be herbs, whether it be simple tiny tomato plant, or maybe just some flowers, you know. I find it so calming and so therapeutic to just see how tiny little seed can develop into a huge, just gorgeous plant that it can either give you joy through being so colorful and fragrant or give you food. So I'm really excited to share this journey with you, and I hope I keep growing in my journey with growing food and gardening, and together we can try new things. Like I'm trying okra. Let me know what you're trying for the first time this year, because man, I was nervous about trying this, but it turned out to be quite good. So thank you so much for watching my videos, following me along, commenting down below. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.